As in, there has to be no destination, because once you got a destination and a goalpost, you've reached it. You're quite right. And it happened to Tyson Fury. He went into depression when he, became heavyweight world champion, because that was a goalpost. And you see in Olympic athletes, they are crying in the dressing room after winning a gold medal. Not crying from happiness, by the way. They're crying from sadness, because that's it now. 4 years of culmination of work is gone. As in, they've achieved what they wanted to do, but that dopamine to look forward to get them out. And depression, addiction is so common in boxers, by the way. So, gambling, alcohol addiction, sex addiction even. It's such a big problem in athletes, because that, they've achieved their goal.
It's back to that self-destruct thing. It's like, what's above this? Nothing. So I may as well just go
self-soothing behavior. Then they go into self-soothing behavior with addictions and all kind of stuff, and it's very, very common. And there's a guy called Steve Peters. He's a Sheffield lad.
Okay.
He's written the Chimp Paradox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He worked in Manchester a lot, actually. He worked with the Velodrome in Manchester. You've got.
Yep.
Yeah. He worked Chris Hoy and all this. So he worked a lot with the British cycling team about getting them out of this mindset. Actually, I'm speaking in a few weeks at a school with Claire from The Apprentice. She's finalist from 2004 or 5. Claire Young.
Yeah.
So she does school speakers. She's got agency of for speakers. So speaking in Leeds in a few weeks about psychology of sports, because we used to advise a lot of these young guys. Look, don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to sport and success, because you're gonna. If your life, it's only a game at the end of the day. It's literally only a game. If your whole life purpose is tied up into sport, you're gonna get as soon as the game's over, as soon as you're retired, or even worse, you get an injury and your career's prematurely cut short, you're gonna go into deep catatonia, like you said. It's gonna be such a severe bout of depression, it could end up in hospital. And it happened to what's his name, Clark, the footballer, tried to kill himself. Tyson Fury.
Oh, yes.
Clark Carlisle.
Yeah.
He talks about it as well, and I think it's very important to talk about this. It's November, mental health month, and it's really under discussed. It's the biggest killer of men under 40. It's something which is 2.5 times more likely in men. So, suicidal depression, suicide itself, it's 2.5 times more likely in men.
Is there any real reason for that, or is it to do with the fact that men just don't talk and share as openly as women do? Is that what it is?
Yes, exactly. Men don't talk, firstly, and secondly, men executors. Men love planning and doing things. Whereas and the whole thing is action, isn't it? The whole topping itself is an action. Suicide is it's something which has an end. It's a completed action.
Okay.
So women, I see a lot of young 16, 17-year-old girls coming to A&E, paracetamol overdoses. Never was intentional. Self-harm even, cutting the wrist. My man wouldn't cut his wrist. A man would go jump in front of a train. Bang, it's just a very clinical way to end life, because they don't see anything beyond that. And I think it's very important we talk about this. And I'll try and get the podcast out as soon as we can, because it's November, and not enough conversations are happening regarding.
It's true. It's very true.